Kicking off, Thomas Cluckey out of Oregon, Ohio. Chip Trianopoulos to bring it up, and he's hammered shy of the 20. And we'll be keeping an eye on a host of wide receivers that will be in the game during the course of the evening. Quick out to Emeka Egbuka. Nothing doing for Henderson. Whippler is a very strong center, highly intelligent, and that's the embarrassment of riches. Smith and Jigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., who's really stepped up those so far this year, and Egbuka, along with Cade Stover, playing some tight end alongside Mitch Rossi. We'll also see some of G. Scott as the evening progresses. 3rd down and 2.
The strength is their corners, and obviously on the offensive side, it's their tackles, Tim.
And a 1st down for Travion. And there's the secondary, very young. They lost a couple of players to the NFL draft a year ago, and that's Emeka Egbuka again. Little bubble screen, and it's taken by Marvin Harrison. Cannot believe I've got another young man whose father I actually called games for. Nice. There goes Henderson again. He'll cut it back. Remember, a year ago, he set an all-time single-game rushing record.
Let me tell you, once they get him going and those receivers, they're virtually indefensible.
You know, you think about it, Spencer, they've got great running backs. You'll see Mayan Williams a little later. These guys are only toting it about 7, 8, maybe 10 times in the case of Travion Henderson. But you know what? When you've got that much talent and you want to share the ball in both the run and pass game, you're going to have to accept that. And the Buckeye players do. Play fake.
Nice.
Looping it down the sideline to Stover. Cade Stover, 1st and goal.
And Tim, that was the 2nd play in a row where they went to number 7.
A textbook drive so far to open the game for Ohio State. Henderson.
Nice vision.
Henderson.
Wonderful.
Henderson. Touchdown.
The freshman out of Episcopal High School around the Houston area.
Noah Ruggles with the extra point. Jaden Fielding will kick it away. He handles kickoff chores. And Jaquez Stewart will let that one go through the end zone for a touchback, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. And he's got Micah Kelly as his setback on 1st down from the 25.
Nice.
Giving him an opportunity to throw a pass that's safe.
We'll see if they go inside zone here. Yep. Nope, he's running it.
He did. Look at that.
Yeah.
In the open field, he's so dangerous. And you know, the way they play defense under Jim Knowles, that's a gain of 18. You know, if you make a mistake with your gap integrity, he'll make you pay.
Here's the previous catch right here. Again, if he clings that in and just grabs it off his fingertips, turns his body, and they're going, Tim.
Plenty of time, and he lets it fly incomplete. Intended for Jawan Newton.
Nice. They're opening this up for him to run.
Big time. Looking long, and he's got his man.
Wow.
That's Zyros, Thomas
Doctor.
Zyros. And a touchdown, Toledo. Lucky for the extra point. How about that answer?
He came in, Tim, as the team's leading rusher at 138 yards. So Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator for Ohio State, has got an answer. Got to have it himself.
A touchback, but this isn't a good sign as Travion is making his way to the locker room, it appears. Mayan Williams is in at running back. He had a fantastic late drive to help put away Notre Dame in week 1. And they go with the wide receiver out pattern to Marvin Harrison. And Spencer, that was almost 6. He shrugged him off without a problem. They go sweep to Williams. Mayan Williams past midfield and into Rockets territory at the 48.
No need to go pace and tempo. I think a lot of that has to do with your back, not knowing what his status is, Tim.
Jet sweep was a pass, so it counts for Stroud. And he's 6 out of 6. Williams one more time. Burrows ahead to the 46-yard line, a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
The throw game going to be featured.
Deontay Johnson helped make that stop. He's an outstanding defensive end.
Yes, got him.
There it is, post pattern, and it is caught. Inside the 15 to the 10, Cade Stover. Well, you talk about accurate. You couldn't hand the ball any better to a receiver than that. Out of the gun, Williams. And this is where he did damage. Again, we talked a little bit about that last drive, a gain of 4 there. Slow down quite a bit, use some clock, and try to salt the game away. I mean, I think the fans are still having to get used to some of that.
Yep.
A lot of these teams that are explosive now are playing complementary football a bit more in 2022.
No question about it.
CJ loads
Nice.
up again, and it is in the corner.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown to Marvin Harrison. Ruggles for the extra point. $75 yards, just 6 plays. Cade Stover again with the pass play to set up the touchdowns. Now can Jim Knowles and this Buckeyes defense handle number 7, Daquan Finn, after a pretty outstanding start for him. The handoff is to Micah Kelly, and he's stopped.
This is going to change the pace and tempo. It's actually going to slow down even more. Trips formation inside. Let's see what this does. Nice job.
Nothing doing again for Kelly. And here's the thing that Knowles does, right? He gets you tackles for losses and behind the chains.
How about this? A 4 cross look here. He's playing safe. He still got rushed.
Yeah, 3rd and 15. He just has to let it go. He was outside the tackle box. No flag.
Excellent strategy by Jim Knowles.
Jonathan Batsky will punt it away. And the left footer gets off a beautiful punt. Here's Abuka. As I said, he had one to the house last week that was called back because of a roughing the kicker. This time he stopped at the 41-yard line, and a late flag comes down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 20 for Toledo, 4 for Ohio State. The penalty portion offsets the first down.
This is a running look right here. They're going to get out of it, Tim, to try to see if they can take advantage. It's a single high safety look. So what does that mean? That means that C.J. Stroud is looking at where the numbers are. Where can I run this ball? For me, I'm looking at the top or the bottom, down here low, inside, right there.
Mayan Williams.
There you go.
I mean, they just make it look so easy. Their business approach to the game. That's a gain of 14.
Another check at the line. Check with me. Vince Carr is the defensive coordinator for the Rockets. He's coming out in this 2-shell look. And again, I told you last series that we're going to slow the game down so they can read and react.
Plenty of time. CJ loads up again into traffic.
That was lucky.
It's caught. It's Harrison. It's touchdown. Are they going to rule him out? They're going to say he stepped out at the 3.
And that's the difficult truth. I mean, take nothing away.
Yeah, he jumped too early.
Yeah, but you should have seen just prior to that, he comes to the point and he runs right past the ball.
From the 3, Williams met at the point of attack.
Any one of these 3 receivers are home run hitters.
Maxon Hook saved the touchdown by getting enough of his body to get him out of bounds.
Got him wide open.
Wide open and missed him.
Doctor.
That is the first one that he's not thrown accurately, just beyond the outstretched arms of a wide open Cade Stover.
Sometimes you just got to rein yourself in a little bit when you identify that the guy is uncovered. Just slow down. Make sure you square up your shoulders and deliver that ball. And it was taken off like a plane, man. That nose was up a little bit. Just should have lofted it over the top.
3rd and goal from the 3. Williams the lone setback. Everyone in tight. They go 2.
That's a great defensive play.
Abuka, and a great defensive play. Abuka is in, though.
Wow.
I thought they got him out. Now the Buckeyes have had it 3 times. They've scored touchdowns every time.
In Tulsa, and it was 3-3 after the first
Yes,
quarter.
it was. There's a level of confidence and swagger back in the Ohio State program. I think we can say that. Ohio State averaging 11.4 yards per play. Penny Boone is checked into the game in the backfield now. Former high school teammate King in Detroit, transferred over from Maryland.
He's a big guy, man, big load.
Yeah, you know, Micah Kelly had carried it twice for -5 yards. Play fake to Boone, and the option to run for this guy is always good. Always good. He gets right to the sticks and is out of bounds. I think they're going to mark him about a yard shy.
Little slight adjustments along the line of scrimmage. There you go. See that? 35.
Nothing doing. Nothing doing. Eichenberg came right up and met him in the chest. Not allowing Finn to get outside surprised me a little bit on that 3rd down and 1 call. Abuka awaits the punt. Set far behind his quarterback. A pistol look. And then
nice.
Across the middle, it is caught. That's Smith and Jigba. The 10 completions are averaging 19.5 yards. So these are routes that are right down the seam and down the sideline. And here goes Williams. And he's ushering himself out.
Ohio State's not afraid to run the ball in that formation. That tells you something about the character and physicalness of the receivers.
5 carries for 39 now for Williams. Make it 6 carries.
Wow.
For about 49 now. He's hammered at the sideline by McDonald. Urban Meyer got up there to help out Brady Quinn.
Yep, Brady came up,
showing the
yeoman's work.
The versatility in their talents. C.J. Stroud lets it fly again to the sideline, and that's another tremendous catch by Stover.
Chris McDonald was again in coverage, Tim, and they're working on him. You know, when they find somebody that they can have success again, they keep coming back. Excellent job of Stroud extending this play out here and avoiding Deshaun Johnson, the defensive tackle who was out in front of him, number 1. That's just great athleticism, man. All day to throw, protection. Walper, Matthew Jones, Dwan Jones, Donovan Jackson, Paris, all of them doing excellent work to protect their quarterback.
This is a good front 7 for Toledo, but they're not nearly as deep as Ohio State.
Here comes a pressure cat blitz, so you got to be careful.
There goes Williams against it, and he's got it down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. Play fake to the corner. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Smith and Jigba was the intended receiver on 3rd and goal.
He got him wide open. It's late.
Stroud using his legs, keeps the play alive, and it's going to be incomplete. That ball was being, are they saying touchdown? I thought the ball was moving there, but they're saying touchdown. Fleming's first catch. Yeah, it was a 6-point game with 10:25 left. Well, Ohio State has 287 yards total in the first quarter. They go to the wide receiver screen, and Newton is ahead to the 26, maybe the 27-yard line, a gain of about 2.
What separates him, as far as I'm concerned, the accuracy.
Penny Boone in the backfield. Here comes the rush off the edge, and it collapsed on him. Ohio State had him bracketed that time, nowhere for him to go.
There's nowhere to run in that situation. That means you got so many numbers on the back end, and this young quarterback Finn wasn't able to sort it out fast enough.
Spencer, they have not rolled him out since the opening series.
Well, it's tough because they're pinching on him from the rush.
Yep.
They're coming at him at a 45-degree angle, but he's
Look
elusive.
at that. I mean, he's your offense.
Those huge gaps, they're saying, look, we'll let you go in the middle. You're just not going to beat us on the outside.
Oh, that's a beautiful pass. He slung it late, too, to Devin Maddox, number 8. That's the junior out of Cleveland. Penny Boone remains in the backfield. This is a huge series to open the second quarter.
Here comes the safety blitz.
And they go a little bubble screen out to Maddox.
Inviting him to run the ball here.
Out pattern. And is broken up. Zyros, who had the touchdown catch, the intended receiver, got to believe it's 4-down territory here. 3rd and 5.
It's tough to run against this.
In trouble. Gets away from it. Ad-libbing now as best he can, and he just dumps it. Gets out of there.
Yeah, man.
It was Hamilton early, and it was Eichenberg late, and it is 4-down territory. 4th and 5. Over the middle, and it's caught. First down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Yeah, they moved him into guard. Rossi has moved over to tackle with Carter Foudy out. And there's Penny Boone. Penny Boone Gets it down to the 23-yard line. That's J.K. Johnson, number 4, with a stop. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Micah Kelly checks back in.
It's an interesting formation.
Play fit right up the gut. Nothing doing for Kelly.
And the back has got to have instincts. Missed it on that play.
First time we've seen trips to the right.
You got to handle the pressure on the left side. The tackle's going to open up. He patted his rear end. That lets him know he's got protection. You got to move away from that. There you go. Good job.
Finn, look at him go. Daquan Finn to the pylon, touchdown. This guy is single-handedly keeping Toledo in it. Won a couple of state titles at King High School in Detroit.
Football in 60 is presented by Rocket Mortgage. For the playbook on home loans, Rocket can.
Came in with 138 yards rushing. He's the leading rusher on this team.
And a fair catch is called. After an opening series, he's been in the locker room. We're working to find out his status for the rest of the evening. That's Smith and Jigba. Williams remains the setback.
Tight bunch formation.
Yeah, and they've got a convoy now in front of Emeka Egbuka. There he goes. That was just a perfectly planned wide receiver screen.
After review, the ruling of a catch and out of bounds stands. First down.
It's a tough formation, tight bunch.
Williams. Negligible gain that time as Maxon Hook came up from safety to pop him. Brian Hartline, the receivers coach, is still at it. What a great player he was, and now a tremendous coach. 2nd down and 8. And here's
release.
Stroud with
Release.
plenty
There
of
you
time.
go. Release.
He's going to go. Out of the shotgun, it's Williams.
Great read.
Big hole. And you're right, he made an outstanding read to cut it back, and he gets down to the...
There you go, coming back with it.
Stroud's only missed twice tonight. Mayan Williams has been in the game ever since Henderson left, and again, we will do our best to find out what we can about his status for at least the remainder of tonight by halftime, hopefully. Williams, nice, cutting it back. Yards after contact, solid again, and Dallas Gant, the last to get to him. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 1. Well, the playbook is wide open for Stroud now, isn't it?
And with this off corner, I wouldn't be shocked if they threw it wide. Yep, back right open.
There it is, back in the end zone. Harrison, touchdown. Cerebral, Spencer. He is a route runner. He's a route runner very much like his father.
Yep.
And it just has a cerebral approach to the game.
I just think it's a comfort level. I mean, it is a mind, but the design of the play helps him get open.
Joey Galloway had multiple touchdown games in 93 and 94. That is big-time company to be in. You know, he said, look, you got to make sure that if you're going to get a great defensive coach, you need to have that guy have autonomy to run that side of the football, and that's what he's doing. That's Kel Barkley on the receiving end, number 14.
With this guy right here, he's a blanket as far as defensive schemes are concerned.
Stewart. Marquez Stewart stopped by Eichenberg again.
Because the margin for mistakes are virtually nil because everybody has to fit and replace quickly and play with integrity.
That's what you want to see more of. Still, he's in trouble, but look at that ad-lib. Look at that ad-lib. I mean, this young man, if you start Spencer by rolling him out, you give him more options.
He's a special player.
3rd down and 3. Finn's carried it 5 times for 67 yards. Wouldn't be surprised if he called his own number here. Slant, incomplete. Should have been caught. Jerquan Newton was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Denzel Bird was right there with that left hand, though, Tim. He was on him.
Denzel out of Scottsdale, Arizona in his sophomore season. Abuka is back deep awaiting the punt from Batsky. Fair catch at the 10. And Ohio State will set up shop just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. Their third running back, Alan Hayden, is in the game, and he'll set sail for 9. All that coming up. 2nd and a yard to go. Hayden. 4 carries for 19 yards and a touchdown for him. A little curl pattern. It's taken in by Julian Fleming. Already has a touchdown catch. 2nd down 3.
4 by 1, Tim. 4 verts.
And Stroud, who normally does not use his legs, does here. And gets it to the 40-yard line. Stopped by Bauer. Gain of 4, and they'll move the sticks.
What they tried to do was clear it out. He saw that single safety, thinking maybe I can beat one. And that's his job. You know, a lot of times, like the old option game, does a wonderful job of making one guy commit, getting away from him, and just making a great decision. I think it was a wonderful call on his part.
He's feeling it now, but yes, he did get the first down.
Yeah, he made Jamal Hines miss, and he tried to change directions on him and couldn't.
Plenty of time in the pocket. That's been the issue all night. And there is Harrison again. Another first down for Marvin Jr. That Utah team played as well as they could have. Would have been the biggest win probably in school history, and that would even include the undefeated season that Urban had at Utah. That was going to be something else for them, but Ohio State just denied them. Here goes Hayden again.
Flying around a little bit, Timmy.
Inside the 30, down to the 28 on the stretch play. Time on the field. Can't get off the field on 3rd down. On 1st down, here's Hayden again.
Wow.
I mean, it's
Luke Weipler, the center, Tim, number 53, does an excellent job of stretching this play out and releasing so as to not to draw the holding penalty.
really bright guy, as centers often are. Well, it's the first time we've seen him flushed. Lets it go, and on the comebacker, he gets it into the hands of Hayden, and we got a marker down.
Yeah, he released into the teeth of that front.
Holding. Defense, number 2. 10-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Third time in the last 5 years.
Block, miss.
Yep. And there goes Hayden to the 11. Gant with the stop, a gain of 2. Well, you see the clock, and they're letting it go. Plenty of time to work with here.
Got him, run over.
There's the curl. It's caught. It's touchdown. It's Fleming. Well, both Smith and Jigba and Fleming have been heard of. They came in here feeling a lot better about themselves than Tulsa did at this time a year ago.
No question
and Tulsa
about it.
was in the game. Micah Kelly is the setback. Toledo's got to move fast if they want to do anything. They might just say, hey, we're going to run it out and get to the break. Well, this is Stroud's 15th career start, and this is the 7th time he's
Nice
thrown at least.
recovery.
Yeah, what an impressive first half for him. As you see, Micah Kelly stopped in his tracks.
Jack Sawyer was in that group too. You see 33 got in the back end of that, and he was really turned upfield with Sawyer, and he turned around, the redshirt freshman. That's a heck of a heads-up play for him, young man.
And we're going to entertain you as best we can with this enormous amount of offensive talent that the Buckeyes bring to the fray. And Toledo, again, they've not played poorly. It's just not been a fair fight necessarily. Voiceover agents, by the way, you can tune in Houston, Texas. The man's doing all kinds of voiceover work from his Sugarland studios. Penny Boone is in there, and look at him go on the opening play from scrimmage. That's easily their best run from scrimmage by anyone other than DeQuan Finn, stopped by Lathan Ransom, number
They're going
12.
pace and tempo here, but they're going to need more than just those inside runs, Tim. They're going to need a lot more. That's what they need.
Pressure off the edge, and there's the pick. That's the one thing they were looking for, an interception. And it's taken away by Ronnie Hickman.
Yep. Reminds me of Eric Reed, his body, the way he's put together, man, an excellent range to close.
Well, we touched on it during halftime. We were prophetic there.
Play, but a miss.
And here's Hayden. Hayden. The distance? Maybe not. I think he was pushed out at the 3 by Chris McDonald.
Deshaun Johnson just misses him, number 1. He gets ripped through there. Yep. Does a wonderful job of getting through the center there, Luke Wepler, but he can't finish, Tim. And because of that, I'm telling you, man, it's a game of inches.
From the 3, 1st and goal. Didn't take long, did it?
Another missed tackle.
Not there for Hayden, salvaging 8- and 9-yard gains by making tackles. 2nd and goal. It's Hayden. Pushed back at the 1. That says something about Toledo, doesn't it? It
really does.
They're playing hard. 3rd down and goal. They go I formation. Hayden dotting the I.
Fullback
they go
action.
fullback, the H-back. And that's Rossi. And it's touchdown. Yeah, by the way, Hester now does radio with Bobby Carpenter.
Does it really?
Yeah, they call themselves
the old giant, Bobby Carpenter?
Yeah, they do meathead football. No, it's a different, this is the linebacker.
Oh, okay.
Bobby Carpenter. Sang a few songs, Me and My Shadow, a little too old to cut the mustard anymore. That one goes through the end zone for a touchback. My friend, the old erstwhile Beano Cook, said he wanted to be buried with a Michigan helmet and dot the I before he died. Those were his 2 things that he wanted most. Here's Finn rolling to the right on a crossing pattern. He finds his man. That's Blankenship, his favorite target
of his receiver.
From the 41, 1st down.
Inside zone, nice job reading.
Penny Boone.
Yeah.
You know, he's really run well. He's been the most effective of the running backs tonight. Now, familiarity's got to help them. You would think in the MAC, they were preseason number 2 in the MAC West. It's going to help them as time goes on, because this kind of back in that kind of league in the Mid-America Conference, he's going to be really hard to stop in the Mid-America Conference this year.
They got something working with their if game, and when I talk about if games, we're talking about the guard play. Jim knows defense, if you leave a space that's not to be vacated, you're going to pay for it. But that's a great job of the inside guards doing a wonderful job of escorting their running back.
Boone remains the setback, out of the shotgun, gets the delay, and just back to the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Stewart is the setback now, and it's a quarterback draw. Well, no, it's an RPO, and he goes back shoulder, and it's incomplete for Jamal Turner, the tight end out of Montgomery, Alabama, senior, as they look to bottle up Daquan Finn on an obvious passing down.
Oh, he got the wheel route.
Yeah,
oh, my God, he missed it.
He is so fast. Now he looks for some help deep.
Wow.
And it is caught. Wow. And it is touchdown, Jawan Newton. That is right out of Johnny football. That is Johnny Manziel 2.0.
Wow.
Lucky for the extra point. Newton, the sophomore from St. Pete. He averages 20 yards per catch.
We shouldn't be surprised, though, Tim.
No, not at all. Abuka takes the fair catch. This team, too, with regard to how many options you've got offensively, and he mentioned right away the 08 Oklahoma team. Little curl pattern that's caught by Abuka.
He's been among the best of them.
And it's a little bubble screen thrown out to Abuka that's incomplete. 3rd down and 3 for the Buckeyes.
5 wide, Tim. They're going to go vertical on this. Let's see what happens. Can the Rockets respond? Oh, see, this is the mind game right here. Ohio State needs to buckle down and execute their offense. It's not going to be a game of 2 halves here. That's where that frustration from Day is coming from.
Offense number 53, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, they got the center, Whippler.
And if you look at Abuka of number 2 up top, he goes off of the movement as well. He's the one that actually moved. The center was just turning around. I think they got that wrong. Irrespective of it, It's another penalty. That's a mind issue there. That's a focus or lack thereof.
3rd down and 8.
Nice.
This one is caught. Coming back, Kabuka. And another 1st down.
And that late release by his back, but that ball is a dart. Delivered in zone. Off to the races again.
Late substitution, but Toledo made it. Hayden is stopped by Desjuan Johnson. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 yards to go.
They love soft coverage, the out route, the opposite side of the field. Absolutely love it out of this formation.
Over the middle, and that ball was tipped away. Could have been picked. Buckeyes have had a lot of 3rd and shorts. They haven't had too many 3rd and 6 or longer tonight. It's Hayden, and they stop him. So you got to figure they're going for it on 4th down with a call like that, right? They get it up to the 40-yard line of Toledo. Into the coffin corner. And those little wedge shots on the end over punt. Let's see what happens here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, man.
He was right on cue, right? He knew what we were talking about.
Football in 60 is presented by Rocket Mortgage. For the playbook on home loans, Rocket can.
Kent State group worked with Don James as well as Nick Saban before going over to Toledo. A lot of history at a lot of MAC schools in college football. And we've got a marker down. I think we got procedure.
Yeah.
False start. Offense number 1. Half the distance to go. 1st down.
Took over after Matt Campbell left for Iowa State. This is Penny Boone territory, right? You give it to him as often as you possibly can and hope for the best. Stopped by Jack Sawyer.
Well, Boone's the best equipped to give you some breathing room down here. And although when you've got an elusive quarterback like Flynn, I don't know. I wouldn't be afraid to call his number down here.
I'll give you another one, Spencer. He reminds me of a little bit. Otis Armstrong.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Size, high stepping sometimes. Number 33.
The pressure.
In trouble. Lets it fly. It is caught.
Amazing.
And that will be just shy of the necessary yardage to Devin Maddox. And again, give a lot of credit. Jerwan Newton.
They got to do something about the numbers here. They're outnumbered top.
From the 1. Pressure off the edge. Pass is incomplete. Oh, those bullish Buckeye fans in the end zone are they're letting Finn know about it. They want a safety. And now
the 4-man rush. They got the numbers.
Throw it on a screen look to Boone. And it is diagnosed beautifully. Only a gain of 2 on the play. How quick are those linebackers? Booted away by Batsky. Another marker down with Abuka waiting. And he'll let it bound inside the midfield stripe and down at the 46 where Ohio State will take over. But we'll check the flag.
Sideline interference warning. Ohio State bench. There's no yardage associated. 1st down Toledo.
Because it hit a Toledo player. Well, they didn't tell us that. But that is what happened. So that boot that we thought measured 51 did not.
Oh, the deep over.
Right there. And Abuka has it again.
Wow.
1st and goal after the 29-yard gain.
Here comes blitz.
Hayden will take it. And he's corralled at the 7. That's Kevon Butler, number 52, leading the way. Kentucky transfer. He stood his ground, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Hayden remains the lone setback on 2nd and goal. Play fake. Let's see, which great receiver do I want to throw it to? Stroud with all kinds of time. And now throws it away. Good defensive coverage that time by the back end of the Rockets defense.
They're going to need some help blocking on this right side over here, Tim. Particularly against this reduction.
Stroud over the middle of Abuka, touchdown.
Delivers it. Protection, awesome.
I was playing those 4 tracks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The cart machines.
Oh, man. Through the end zone, touchback. Micah Kelly is in the backfield. And he gets it beyond the 30. It's a scrum. He gets it up to the 34-yard line, a gain of 9. Third best team in the SEC. If not Kentucky, maybe Arkansas.
I really love Arkansas's running backs, but they've got good skill players.
And KJ Jefferson's a heck of a quarterback, too. This really outstanding quarterback.
Yep, they're close to the line of scrimmage. They're coming.
Begging him to throw. Begging him to throw, and he does.
And he beats coverage.
Deep, and it is just beyond the outstretched arms of Mikhail Barkley. On the ball, here comes the punt from Batsky, and back deep.
Nice.
Jaden Ballard takes it in at his 16-yard line. Ballard cuts it back up and gets out to the 33. A healthy return. Richard Lewis. Dallin Hayden takes the handoff, and Kevon Butler will make the stop. As you see, Kyle McCord, the backup quarterback, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Against Arkansas State, he threw it 4 times for 19 yards, no touchdowns. Played in 5 games last year and started against Akron, completing 13 out of 18 for 319. Number 3 quarterback in the nation in the class of 21 as a 5-star. So yet another great one waiting in the wings here at Ohio State. Hayden up to the 39.
Jim Knowles' hiring, to me, was a catalytic move for this institution and the most significant hire in college football last year.
Nice out pattern that is complete. That's Ballard. Third down conversions tonight have been just through the roof, and a great area of improvement as Hayden carries down to the 36. Again, quick out to Ballard.
Good communication going on between the center and the quarterback and the tackle now.
Jacob James is now operating at center. And here's McCord's pass underneath. Got some pressure off the edge that time that affected his throw, and it falls incomplete.
And his finger on the pulse of how to deal with the modern athlete.
Ooh, oh, that's a close lining at the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 as Darius Alexander makes the stop. Home to the Buckeyes as we begin the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 12 coming up for Kyle McCord. Dallin Hayden is in the backfield. And McCord will let it fly. And there it is.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 85. Half this goal, automatic. 1st down.
Hayden's having some night, isn't he? Look at that. Down to the 2. Is another flag down? I believe there is. Yep.
Illegal substitution. Defense 12 players in the field. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
He's the first Buckeye to get over 100 yards this season.
Well, that's part of it. Again, not to take anything away from Trayvon, but they need to play a complete game too.
Stay healthy.
Yep.
Hayden burrows to about the 1. There it is. Touchdown, Hayden. Dallin Hayden is a star tonight in the Mid-South and the Midwest.
We're not supposed to carry these things over from year to year, but it's hard for me to ignore what he carried over from last year. The numbers were off the charts. Ooh, knocked her.
Micah Kelly got hammered right there.
Ransom had a good day against Notre Dame last week.
Kelly, new quarterback in the game now for Toledo. And lets it fly. It's incomplete.
He just hadn't had the compliment at the wideout position in particular. And Savy Penny, his roommate, not much from the running back spot.
Well, from Jason Candle's point of view and Vince Karras as well, the main thing tonight is to get out of here healthy.
Pretty good, pretty cool.
TC Caffey is in the game, and there's a little out pattern thrown. And that's Graves, the wide receiver, number 17, Keon Graves, of Chandler, Arizona. That's a school and a city that's produced so much talent at wide receiver as well as at quarterback. Little naked bootleg action, and it is wide open to Ballard. Jaden Ballard down the sideline.
Nice push away.
It is touchdown. 72 yards. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Was that what you
And I'm
thinking?
sure Barry Switzer was thinking the same thing.
That's right, Spencer. Great way to put the ball away.
He's probably right now, he'd be saying to you, Spencer, we just hung 70 on him. November 9th, 2019. Helped bring them out of the gloom and doom. Jacquez Stewart.
And Jaden McKenzie just showed you exactly how to do that, number 90.
Gleason rolling. And on the curl, he finds an open receiver out to near midfield. 24 yards. That's the third longest play of the night for Toledo. The other two for touchdowns, 40 and 50 yards. Stewart picks up a yard. Second down and 9 coming up. Second down and 9. Again, second and long, which is exactly what Jim Knowles wants. Stewart. And look at that conversion. The linebacking core, safeties, so many of them converted safeties into linebacker.
Was trying to characterize and use some descriptors to define who he's like and what his personality is. He said, well, he'll get in your hip pocket a little bit if you get out of line.
Third down and 8.
Speaking of getting in your hip pocket.
He got hammered. That's Adam Beal, and he was popped by Styles.
But, man, he's got to be careful about that.
Saw some old film of Jack Tatum there. And there's the
ball's out.
Yeah, it's out, and it's recovered by the Buckeyes. The backside pressure led to the turnover. He sort of made the sports information director, Jerry Emig, he's made him a bit of a rock star, not just on campus, but with Ohio State players.
Did you notice the similarity?
Yeah, look at this pop out. There goes TC Caffey. Wow, it's a touchdown, 51 yards. So much for my emptying the bucket. His first career touchdown.
All those big hogs up front doing an excellent job of blocking for him. Jacob James
How about
in
that
there
move?
as well. Jacob did a wonderful job, the redshirt sophomore, of clearing the path for him. He shouldn't have gotten 2 yards out of that when he bounced it for a score.
Couple of arm tackles. The Rockets, I think, have gotten a little tired, even their backups. But boy, oh boy, this is now Ohio State's second most total yards in history. Lovely school, Catholic school in Memphis, and he's promoting his home by praising Hayden on Twitter. And that'll be a touchback.
I think they've got a shot at it all.
And let me remind all of our viewers that are still with us, as Willie Shaw is now checked in at running back, number 32. He'll tote it. Again, nothing doing, maybe a yard with that second effort. But Urban Meyer's national championship came from the 4-hole. That was the year, of course, with the Big 12.
Was that the leapfrog year?
That leapfrog year and the leap bear year. Baylor and TCU were tied.
Wow.
Gary Patterson will never forget that. He hung about 52 on Iowa State that same day, but it didn't matter.
And the thing is, he knew he had to do it just to even have a chance.
That's right. They had no Big 12 title game. They changed that in the aftermath of that. Willie Shaw has stopped.
That's right. It became a form of double jeopardy, you know, not to have it.
That's right. Well, we were talking about Jerry Emig and how he looked a little bit like his new defensive coordinator. Spencer, we have a separated at birth. Players for the Buckeyes are coming up to the sports information director here. He knows that Knowles was a player, so he feels like, hey, I'm in pretty good shape too, right?
Well, Knowles is known for having a pretty strong handshake.
That's right. Tucker Gleason gets out ahead for a sizable gain and a first down.
Jerry looks like he's worked out too now. He's got some shoulders.
He's got some guns. He does. There's Jerry. He was so kind to us yesterday and helped set us up for dinner at Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse.
What'd you have?
I think I had the Herb Street steak. Yeah, I had Kirk's bone-in ribeye.
So much for your commitment to the network.
We thank Paul, Sidney, and Thomas there at Hyde Park for taking care of us on short notice. On first down, it's Shaw again. I'm thinking maybe Urban's mad that we didn't order his steak. You know, maybe I hope we didn't offend him.
And they look like they jetted up. I saw a couple of tweets up there. Wallace had the jet working, man.
No doubt about it. Stretch play for Willie Shaw, and he's met. But you know what? This kid's playing hard. I am impressed by Sonny Styles.
And it takes a special player to play this type of defense, and it all begins with what's between the ears.
That's Barkley on what was a fourth down play. 2016, as we mentioned, Bowling Green 77-10, where Urban, by the way, launched his career before going to Utah. He was at Bowling Green.
Oregon State.
And then 2018 Oregon State, 77-31.
Okay, that makes sense. I remember that.
It's very rare you would say you're not seeing maybe the best athlete on the field, and it's Ohio State we're talking about. That's Caden Saunders out of Northville, Michigan. 5'9", 190-pound sophomore with the carry.
Nice of Barrows on the stop, coming in there, submarining them, still playing for the Rockets. And the film was going to tell you who plays in these situations, Tim. And I've always felt like the guys, you'll find the gems in these late situations like this. Guys still playing with a high motor. Nice.
Once again, Saunders carries to the 40. Oh, excuse me. No, did I say Ian? I'm sorry. He sounds just like his dad. Noah Eagle will have the call for us. TC Caffey carries it again. These fans that are still here want more. They're getting really greedy. And I think he made the first down. I think that Devin Brown called his own number and moved the chains. Caffey gets ahead for about another 4 yards. Well, Spencer, I was impressed. I know for Coach Candle, he's just happy to have an opportunity to get back into MAC play, collect a check, just as Arkansas State did last week. But Ohio State has served notice that you're going to have to play exemplary football if you're going to be able to deal with him in the Big Ten and beyond.
And I think we set the table early. You know, if they give up 4 or 5 explosives, you know, as long as it's not more than that, that's just the inherent nature of what they're doing defensively. You're just getting a 70 spot. I'll give up 3 or 4 explosive plays, man, if you can match that.